Okay, having inflicted handball Maradona on myself, I'm not doing a lucky dip video this time. I'm doing a game that I like and deliberately chose. This one is Motos from Mastertronic Added Dimension, kind of upper budget release, 1987, based on a Namco arcade game by Binary Design. Although I've never been familiar with the arcade game itself, it's basically just a very simple smash the baddies off the board type game. And it's just a quick gameplay video and some chat about why I really like it. Now, the game for £3 is, it is fantastic. It's one of the better budget games I think that was ever released, and later on there were some really good games released on the Mastertronic Added Dimension labels. Stormbringer and Nighttime, Spellbound, the later Magic Knight games, the follow-ups to Finders Keepers, Zub, Amarok, to name but a few. But Motos was one of the ones that I remember owning at the time. It's not in my collection anymore. I've lost about half of my collection, and basically all you do is you're that little spaceship type thing, and you've got to go through progressively more complicated levels, trying to shove the nasties off the board, and you win the level by clearing all the nasties and picking up the power-up pills, which eventually lets you become stronger, because obviously the baddies pushed back. There's a joke in there somewhere. The further on the levels go, and you can also jump over them in later levels and weaken the floor tiles and make the baddies fall down the holes. Here we have the first level where you can really sort of jump, and you've got to sort of be quite careful that when you've smashed the tiles that you don't accidentally go back over them themselves. Now, it's very simple in design, very addictive, quite difficult later on, and it's like I said, again, for £3, everything about it's great. It's design, it's very colourful, as you can see. It's very simple, very addictive, but it's got that sort of quality that keeps you coming back time and time again, no matter how often you die. To just try and get that little bit further, which all the great games should have had. And I played this a lot more at the time than some of the full price games I had in my collection. I really like this. Again, as ever, I've recorded the video separately and the voiceover separately. The reason being my laptop microphone is awful. It sounds like you're talking underwater when you try and record any narration. So I couldn't do both at the same time either, because it's not a forte I'm very good at. So I just play the game. It's one that I really enjoyed, and outside of my sort of lucky dip collections where I go through a list and sort of the first game that I see that my eyes focus on in the list, I decide that's what I'm going to play. Now, that's brought up some great games in the past, Stormlord, etc., Exelon way back when, but the last time I did it got Peter Shilton's Handball Maradona. So I'm not trusting my lucky dip instincts, so I'm going with a game I know and I like. If you haven't checked it out, please do so, because it really is a cracking little game. There's not a lot you can say about it, really. I mean, the mechanic is very simple. I don't ever remember seeing the arcade machine anywhere. I used to frequent quite a few arcades back in the day, and was familiar with most games, but this is one I can't place or ever recall seeing. But I'm glad Mastertronic and Binary Design uncovered it, because this is a cracking little game. And that bugger, if you spend too long on a level, he shoots the tiles out from underneath you and can take you by surprise. Anyway, I'm going to stop droning on and just let this last couple of minutes video play out, and see what you think of it. Try it out. It's a really cracking little game. If you haven't played it, give it a go. I'm not sure what other formats it came out on. I'm sure it did. because you know most arcade conversions tended to be multi-format. But give it a go. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye bye.